in the area that they live in. So their community probably is the nicest, peacefulest community. You could walk down the block and all this other stuff. But some of them, they go and get put hell on other communities. Like, what is that all about? And then it's a lot of things that could be said about it. But, it's just like, it all depends on what you're doing, how you approach matters. But one of the things that I did like about my little city, like in Tampa, you had it where they had meetings with the police officers, letting people know what was going on, this, that, and such. But it's just like, it's everywhere. Some of these people get off on, writing tickets and stuff, low. So we just have to really go ahead and knock everything down. Like, let's talk about it all, because at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter, to me, I think that most police officers are given like a tally, like, hey, how many tickets can you come in with? And so it's just like, if you tallying up how many tickets can you come in with, so you're gonna automatically pull anybody over for the slightest thing. And I mean, I had it too. Like, oh, okay, I'm riding down the street, and if I don't put my turning signal on, oh, you give me a ticket because I ain't put my turning signal on? Really? My turning signal is just like, a lot of times I just like, you already know what the deal is. You already know what's coming. So I try to, dial down a little bit, because it's just like, I know from what I've, because just like we all feel what's going on. It's like, we can't deny the fact that just because, oh, this person had this happen, it's just like, we all feel this. This could all been one of our family members. But until it hit home, everybody's going to be sitting back and just chilling. So it's one or two things you could do. You could go and talk to the police department, or see if they would do like a monthly meeting and just let everybody voice out what's happening in the community. But I ain't never seen nothing like the stuff that I've been seeing so far. But it's crazy. I just know when it just ain't right, when people ain't right, it's just like they give off this bad vibe. They already in your car. They just mess up your whole mood. So why continuously allow somebody to mess up your vibe? Like, just recently, I'm sitting up in Princeton, of all places, with my buddy, and I turned my car on. Now my car has flashlights, so regardless of what lights are on, I go down the street, and then I realized that I didn't turn my lights on, and it wasn't even 1 minute. A police officer had already pulled me over, saying, oh, you didn't have your lights on. And I'm just like, well, they on now, like, for real. So instead of him giving me a warning, instead of him doing anything to me, he automatically was running my tags, trying to see if I had some on me. So it wasn't a fact that, just give this person a warning. It's late at night. It's almost close to midnight when I was out there. I'm always somewhere. And the main thing is just like, yo, you see me out here. I ain't causing no harm to anybody. But then, they say Princeton already have their little racial issue stuff going on that, people try to push under the rug. But because there's a lot of people that left Princeton just because of that. But it's just like, it's crazy, because how you gonna pull me over? You already thinking that I done did something. And one of the things they said to do, which I plan on doing in a few, is just to put out positive messages about black men, positive messages about black women, and keep on pushing it out there. Because it's just like, it's the same thing that's being put out. It's just like, there's algorithms to show you how to shop for stuff, show you how, see what you like and see what you don't like. And it's algorithms letting you know how black people are. Like, I'm tired of being stereotyped. I'm tired of being, harassed. Because I'm just like, and I seen it before, and I was just like, one day I was driving, what is this place? It's a place in Mount Laurel that is racist as ever. I mean, if you look at some of these, and then it's just like in America, sometimes it's almost as if you need to look up the court system to see how the court system run. Now, if the court system, if people in a community is telling you how the court system is, you need to just may not even go through that city. And it's ridiculous. It's just like, don't nobody want to be sitting up here and in a house all the time. Like, are you telling me the only way that I should be able to be an American citizen is to be stuck in a house all the time? And this is the problem right now. And it's a lot of, craziness going on. But it's just like, let's look at this. Let's think about this. And then it's just like, my mind is just like, it's so many thoughts that come to me. Like, okay, so a lot of people say that the 13th Amendment really didn't free slaves. It was just like, it just gave you opportunity to, it's abolishment, but people still was, practicing it. So it's the same thing this day and age. Then we come from out of that. Then we go into Jim Crow. Then it's just like, if you see what the years of policing and all this other stuff, you see children in prison, and you see people just taken to prison just for nothing, just so that the roads could be built, just so that people could build this and build that. And then it's just like, let's be honest with a lot of this stuff. Look at what they say. It's a lot of companies that invested in slavery, and everybody got paid. So everybody's like, we don't need you anymore. So if you don't need us anymore, just leave us alone. That's the same thing that Frederick Douglass said. Just leave black folks alone. But no, it's just like, you see what happened in Tulsa. There's a lot of people. It was black wealth there. And then you see there's a lot of cities. You seen what happened in Rosewood. The cities thriving, doing their own thing. So it's just like, we ain't the problem. I was just like, this whole scenario just need to be switched, because evidently we are not the problem. Evidently it's something else. And, you just can't sit back and just say, oh, those are the old days. Oh, and then it's just like, it gets me that everybody's always saying that, oh, we should just get over it. And I'm just like, how could you just get over knowing that your great-grandparents was forced into labor? How could you just get over the fact that, that there was land given to your ancestors or whatever, and they being swindled out of it based off of some money, which was nothing to them at that time, but the value of the land that was there, and to take away the generational wealth of a people, of a family. And, we just supposed to just overlook everything. I get it. This stuff will piss you off. Like, come on. It will get you up angry and upset and stuff like that. But I was just like, rioting is just not going to get it done. And it looks like, talking is not going to get it done. But it's just like, I've been reading books about, if you go on, what is it, Amazon Kindle, not Amazon Kindle, Audible, they have the story of the Black Titan, and it basically tell you what went down in civil rights during Martin Luther King era. It's just like, if you retaliate, when the people retaliated in Martin Luther King's time, what basically happened was, what basically happened, only thing that happened was Martin Luther King and a lot of protesters got jailed. But, we living in a time, I don't think anybody is really trying to put up no money. If you go to jail, you go to jail. So, that, and my thing is, I just look into the system, look at what's going on, because if you look at it, they have built so many jail systems, and it's just like they had to figure out some kind of way to fill the jail system so somebody could get a profit off of that as well. And when you see what happens in the jail system, it's just like, why, just take a person's livelihood just because of one little simple fact. Like, we see what goes on with this drug cartel. Like, we see what happened with all of those tons of crack cocaine that was in Philadelphia's port. We see this, so it's just like, well, who's being caught for that? What happened with all that crack? What happened to all of the crack that was floating in the Philippines? So it's just like, really, or Thailand, wherever, it was crack just floating in the water and stuff like that. So it's just like, this just a systematic. I just say don't play into all of these little games. It's just like, yo, I do sympathize, and the family, the Floyd family, I give them my condolences. But it's just like, we living in an age where these people do not care for your life. The valuable thing that you have is your life and your emotional state. And if you need to get out, just go into a forest, where you feel comfortable and safe, and get out. Like, jog in the forest, jog for 5 or 10 minutes. Get yourself some fresh air. This is fresh air out here. It is free. It's just crazy, but it's just like, there's a lot of people just leaving. Like, yo, and they say it like, if you do not want to stay in this country, leave. And I understand.